You have heard about that program management PgMP is one of the most difficult exam in the world. I'm not talking about PMI. I'm talking about in the world. People take like 4 years, 5 years. And doing that in 1 year is actually the normal time that people talk about. When we started our program management classes a few years back, we made something that we are gonna make it super easy. We are gonna make sure that once you join the PgMP class, once you join our program, not only for sure you become certified PgMP, you also do it in very less time. Today, we are here with a success story which proves you one thing that you can do PgMP in less than 10 weeks. Yes, you heard me right. In less than 10 weeks, in almost 2 months. There was a student who joined me from Jamaica for my PMP. He joined in batch 7, that was October batch. We did PMP, he took some time in PMP, he completed it. Then he said, I want to take it to the next level. I want to go for program management. We had a discussion. I had a discussion with my facilitator that this guy needs to clear before 31st of December. And what was the reason? He will tell you himself what was the reason. So we planned it, but my facilitator took it to the next extent. He worked day and night, and Mudassir backed it. He fulfilled his promise. And in exactly 2 months, we filled the application. Please pay special attention. PgMP application is one of the biggest and most challenging application. It is 6 times bigger than PMP. We filled that application. Mr. Sami reviewed it. I reviewed it. Third party reviewed it. We submitted it. PMI took 15 days to review it. Then we submitted it. It went to panel review. In the meantime, all these things are happening at one go. In the meantime, Mr. Sami and Mudassir are working, doing one-to-one session, coaching calls. And once the application got approved, he got the date in exactly 2 months. Exactly 2 months, he cleared PgMP. This is a success for Mudassir. This is a success for Mr. Abdul Rahim. And this is a success for entire PMI community, that things can be done in the easiest way. Now, Mr. Sami, over to you. How did you do it?
Yes, starting with Mr. Mudassar, he joined the class exactly on 27th of October 2023, and on 26th of December, he passed the exam. So first of all, congratulations to Mr. Mudassar for your real hard work. And I would highly say that during this tenure, he's a busy professional. He will tell you he was traveling. He gave the exam. He did the training in Jamaica. Then he had to travel to US, and he actually gave the exam in US. So you can see that in these 2 months, he was also not stationed in one place. So that is an inspirational success story for you. So Mr. Mudassar, please share a few words with us.
Thank you very much, Sir Amir. Thank you very much, Sir Sami, for the kind introduction. And thank you very much for taking me all the way from the start, step by step, towards the completion of PgMP. So, as Sir Amir said, I started with him for PMP. And during the start of his session, in the initial session, Sir Amir asked one thing. And that thing, that concept or that thing, I kept very close to my heart. Sir Amir said that don't lie to me, but just be honest to yourself and say how many hours a day will you commit to this call, and what is the target date that you want to give. And he also said, and I quote, that we have to select a date when we want to give the exam, and then we have to reverse engineer it, and then we have to stick to it. And this is what really helped me when I was doing PMP with him. This is what kept me going, because I said I have to prove to my teacher that I have done it. I'm committing to those hours. After my PMP, the same question Sir Sami asked me: how many days, how many hours a day can you commit for this cause? And first of all, he asked me what I do, what is my routine, and then I said we together agreed to some hours, and then we started working for it. this is what really helped me driving, along with the daily follow-ups that we have, and along with the clarity and thought process which Sami had for the exam. This really helped me complete the certification in time.
Okay, that's really great. Okay, let's talk about something about the PgMP exam. I want to focus on the PgMP exam and how many hours consider that you are a new person and you are explaining this thing to a new person. How was the exam? What was the length of the question? What was the difficulty of the question comparing it to PMP? And let's work into that. Yeah.
Okay, so the PgMP exam is for 4 hours, and it is a CBT computer-based exam, multiple choice. Exams same like PMP, but the difficulty level is of course a little higher. In PMP, you have more domains. It is PMP is a kind of journal exam, but PgMP is now more focused on some domains. The difficulty level also goes up. There are some questions which I quote my teacher, Sir Sami, which give you a punch, okay, which really give you a punch, and you're taken back, and you have to say, oh, maybe I'm losing it or losing the focus. But he suggested, and I followed his tip by keep on going, but highlighting the questions. When I was doing PMP, Sir Amir explained the CBT very well. He said you have an option to strike, highlight some questions. You have an option to identify that question for review, which you want to come back later. You have those options, and if you use them intelligently or wisely, they really, really help. One of the tips that I would like to give to the future aspirants through this video is, if you face a punch question, don't be bogged down with it. Mark it and then move on. Try to complete the questions in time as per the agreed plan that you have. And those questions which are giving you trouble, you can come back to them later and spend max time on it with some peace of mind. One of the differences that we have in this exam is that in PMP, you have schedule breaks. You have the option to take schedule breaks, but in PGMP, there are no schedule breaks. You can take them on as per your convenience. I took those breaks, and that was the one of the discussions that I had with Sir Sami. Also, he also suggested that after some time, when you feel that you are getting tired, take those breaks to cool yourself down. They really, really helped me a lot.
Okay, that's great. That's really great. Okay, so I want to understand the situational context of the questions. Like, I understand the question that if you are a program manager walking into that, right? But what scenarios mostly relate to? Like, you are working into the day-to-day work. You are looking like, what kind of vision do you need when you are solving such a question? Broader vision or day-to-day vision? Because if we talk about, to be very frank about the PM, the job of the PM, you are PM, Mr. Sami is PM. The job of the PM is to look for day-to-day things, right? But program manager is setting aside, he's managing PMs. That's basically what the job of program manager is. So when you go for the PgMP exam, what mindset, that's what I'm trying to say, as a person you need to have.
Okay. So, as you rightly said, program management is more strategic. Okay, when you're doing PgMP exam, or when you're trying to attempt this, try to be more strategic. Remember, program managers are supposed to not only manage the program manager, the project manager, but they're also supposed to mentor them. So they have to take a bird's eye view of the whole situation. They need to know when to focus and where to lose the focus. They have to empower their team members also. These are the concepts which were given to me by Sir Sami, and these really, really helped me in the exam also. Because most of the questions were asking me if the program manager is supposed to do something. But when I sat down and thought about it, I realized program manager cannot go into the nitty-gritties of the project. They have to empower, and they have to train their project managers to take those decisions, and they have to set some boundaries until which project managers can take their own decision, and beyond which they have to go either to the program manager, or they have to escalate it to the which need to be escalated to the board. So program management is more strategic.
Okay, so program management is more strategic. We need to look into that, how those things are. and we need to improve that thing. Okay, that's a good thing. Looking into that thing. Okay, that's a good thing. Okay, now let's talk about the coaching call that Mr. Samir is doing. Now, this is something I really want to say that when I started with the PMP, now other people are also doing coaching call with the PGMP. We have still made it a closed group. We are not making all the coaching call public. We have done, I guess, Mr. Sami, more than 100 coaching calls that we have done, right?
43 we have now.
43. 43. So 43 coaching call. There are 52 weeks in a year. So
Yes,
if you put the off week, so we have almost one coaching call for 1 week. So
yes.
this is the most interesting thing. How important, Mr. Mudassar, is it for the students who are preparing this coaching call list, and why?
So coaching call is one of the most important elements that of this program. Coaching call not only helps you bring attention, but it also enables you to ask questions from the teacher. What I used to do, I'll give you my own example. Even in PMP, I used to not only attend all the coaching calls from Sir Ahmed, I used to go back and look at the videos again. I used to re-look at all the important concepts and discussions that happened over there. In PgMP, I did the same thing. Not it they help the coaching calls helped me engage with Sir Sami, but when I went after the class during the entire week, I looked at the coaching calls again, tried to grab the concept. I also used them to prepare some questions for the next coaching call, which was was going to happen with Sir Sami. But I would say coaching call is one of the most important things. You attend the coaching call, you go through all the slides or presentations that Sir Sami brings in, you grab all the concepts, you ask those questions that you have, you do some research on internet also. And if you're prepared for the next coaching call also with Sir Sami, this would really help you get the concept and move to the next step.
Okay. Let's look into that further on, how we can get into that. Mr. Sami, if you can take over it.
Yes, I would like to add one thing, like what the good thing Mudassar Saab did was he was asking questions again and again. And I think this is the main crux. Whoever is preparing for the exam, don't be shy and don't assume that you understood everything. Because as he said, this is a strategic exam, and there you have to look at from different perspectives. So the more we discuss, more people are involved in the coaching calls, different perspectives come, and then we use the elimination technique. A is not there, B is not there, and Y, C, and Y, D. So that is the main point of having the coaching calls. And Mr. Mudassar, one question about the summary sheet that was provided to you at the end of the course, and I said you that these are the keywords, and I said that when you will give the exam, just try to pick the keywords from the questions. How important is this concept of the keywords in the real exam?
So they are very, very important. Thank you very much for bringing them up. The summary sheet that you prepared is a gist. It's like in I don't know how to say this in English, but in our country they say you put the entire river in a bag, is a small one. Okay.
Right.
So yes. So not only does it highlight the keywords, it is I would say it should be sold for $10,000 because it is I don't know how to say it, but you go and read a book, you have to not only highlight, you have to summarize, you have to understand the gist. But through the summary sheet, you can not only understand the concepts, but you can also remember the highlighted points. In the exam, this really helped. When I was attempting the exam, it was as if I've opened in my mind, the summary sheet was open, and I could relate the concepts directly to the highlighted point. This, along with the importance of eco, the way that Sami explained the eco, and he also helps highlight the important points in the eco. This really helps. When I was solving the exam, of course, there were punch questions. I realized that. But during the entire 4 hours when I was attempting the questions, I could relate it directly point by point to the eco and the summary sheet. Also, when I was trying to solve the 10 or 11 punch questions, I tried applying the concepts, and this really helped. So all in all, the summary sheet is very helpful. Again, I could not say thank you to Sir Sami for building it, because he's done a marvelous job. This is, you cannot find a similar summary sheet anywhere. I've talked to some friends who've done PgMP also, and when I told them about the sheet, they were surprised. Nobody has this. This is
Yeah,
amazing.
nobody has it because Mr. Sami spent, like, I would say, 3 months on it,
Yes.
reviewing it again and again and again and again. Even before going to the holidays that he went on December, he was again, can we add this? I said, no, it's a something, let's put it there. So he put his thing. He actually exactly, he put Drea in Kuza. He actually did that. He put the entire river in a bucket. So
Yes.
yeah, he did that. So yeah, and how important ECO is that? Now this is very important. How important ECO is for the exam?
The eco is very important. When you start, when I started the exam, I said and I said this to Mr. Sami also. There was a time when I was unable to understand or get the concept, but slowly he worked with me and explained the concept. Eco is very important. Eco not only helps you solve the questions, but it also helps you understand the mood of the person who's asking the questions. Uh, and the good thing about eco is that there are not many points that you need to remember. If you start understanding the concept, it automatically starts building up. You build the whole picture. When I started, I was like a blank paper, but towards the end, with Sir Sami's support, uh, eco and summary sheet, they really help me build the entire picture, build the pieces of the puzzle together by identifying why is it that this is happening. And I remember I always used to ask Sir Sami that, Sir Sami, in PMP this was different. Why is this being done over here? And he explained, not only he pointed out to the right eco, but he also explained the reason. Because PGMP is more strategic. You have to think, you have to think big. You have to unlearn to learn the new concepts. So together, summary sheet and eco, they are very important and very helpful for the exam.
Yeah. So this is a very critical thing what we are discussing here. That is one of the reason when I started doing PGMP, after with like 10 students, I requested Mr. Sami if he can join hands with me, because I was doing PMP. It's my day in, day out. I was unable to go like wear one hat and then leave the other hat. I wanted someone to 100% focus. And as a result, the only one document that he's produced, and by the way, for your people who are watching it, if you want to buy it, you can buy it. Very soon it will also be available on Amazon to buy it. But right now you can get the PDF format for that. Yeah, let's talk about the simulator. How important it was, the way Mr. Sami has arranged. First PDF mocks, then simulator. How important that simulator was for you?
So the simulator was very helpful. It helped a lot. The good thing about the way Sir Sami takes a program is that after every coaching call, he gives you a set of questions to solve. These questions help you relate the concepts that he's taught about the chapter that he's teaching. Towards the end, when he started giving us the PDF questions, they also help build the understanding level, but also introduce a level of difficulty. Initially, I started becoming overconfident that, okay, I'm going to give the exam. But once I started attempting the question, I realized, oh, it's not so easy. I need to sit back and then now relook at the questions again. They really help. The final mocks were very helpful. They also help build the concept. The good thing about those and the guidance of Sir Sami is that whenever I faced questions which I could not understand, I took them back to him, and he went to the nth level, explaining the reason. He also challenged me by challenging the concept. He pointed out to the eco. He pointed out to the exact points in the summary sheet. They really helped build the picture together. So those are very helpful. The approach is very good also, because initially you should not be focused about time. If you remember, sir, in PMP we were because in PMP I was always trying to solve questions fast, and Sir Amir said slow down, and I was one of those students who learned it with Sir Amir gradually to slow down. And in PGMP also, Sir Sami said the same thing. We need to slow down and try to focus, try to understand the mood of the questionnaire of the question, and why the examiner is asking that question, it really helps.
And Mr. Mudassar, adding to
Okay.
this, how about the green highlighted question that I provided you at the end from the coaching calls? How relevant are those?
That is a new thing that Mr. Sami, I love this thing that the Mr. Sami
Yeah.
keeps on coming with the things, and that's the new thing that Mr. Sami has worked into that.
Because this
Yeah.
Yes.
these are tough questions than the mocks.
Yes. So the green questions, yes, they are a reality check. They kind of help you and realize, oh, I need to work a little harder. This is the area that I need to focus on. If you remember, sir, when we started solving the green questions, at one point of time, I said, oh, I think I will not be able to do it.
Yes.
But you said, no, that's okay. Just leave them, start solving some other question. And then later on, you advised me to come back. What this did was this helped me identify my weaknesses, specifically in the areas which are there in PgMP. I was able to identify that, okay, these areas I'm pretty comfortable with, but some of these areas I need to work again. So what I did was, through these questions, I went back to the training material again that you provided. I looked at your lectures again, and I had one-on-one discussion with you again on the difficulties that I was facing. And then this helped me prepare for the final marks that you gave. After solving those, the final marks were not that difficult because the green sheet really helps you prepare for the
Worst case.
for the exam.
For the worst
For the
case, I
worst
would say.
case.
So,
Yes, yes, yes.
in our life, we say that if you are ready for the worst, hope for the best. So when we prepare
Yeah,
for
hope for
those,
the
you are
best.
already ready for the worst. And only, Mr. Amir, adding one thing now, what I have studied in this with the new students, now I'm giving this green background question chapter by chapter. Because the feedback, the experience that we got from the previous students was they were very smooth. 1 month, everybody is ready. And once they get
Yeah.
256 questions, then we lose 10 days, okay, because they go back and read the lecture. So now what I have
Yeah.
started now, once we finish chapter number, each chapter, the students write the application part of their chapter of their domain and do the chapter wise questions plus green highlighted questions of their domain. So even if it is taking in the beginning 1 or 2 days more, some students are here, Mr. Nasir is here, he was having the discussion with me that this is too tough, but I said it's better to make a mistakes and do the RCA to see why it is wrong. So I think this, from your experience, what you recommend, it is better to do chapter by chapter application plus chapter questions and eco, and then go to the next domain. What is your opinion on that?
So I agree to the new approach that you've taken because this really helps you relate to the concepts. Because then this would not require you to look at the lecture that you've given, look at the slides and everything, because it would be fresh with you. Also, because I want to highlight here also, Sir Sami explains the eco after each chapter. It is very important. It is very important. You need to pay special attention to it. If you know that eco, the green questions become easy. I solved the green questions at least 2 times. Although Sir Sami said solve them 1 time, I solved them 2 times. Uh, and once during the first time, I couldn't. I had a lot of mistakes. But once I sat down, I looked at the eco, I understood it again. The green question became easy. So now that you're going to give this to the students after each chapter, the concept would be fresh, and I think they would be very well prepared.
G. So thank you very much for your time for this thing. You see, now for everyone who is listening to this thing, I just want to add one thing. Mudassar have been thinking to do certifications from a long time. And then we started working on it, and now he's on a momentum, and you will see him doing bunch of certifications in next 2-3 months as he is busy with some family commitment. So after that, he come back, he will be doing other certification. This is a success story of Mudassar. But I invite all of the people who are listening to it. You can become the next program manager. The only difference between you and your certification is your will to start. Contact us and we'll make sure wherever you are listening to this, I will post it everywhere. Contact us and me and Mr. Abdul Rahim Sami through our success coaching system will make sure that you become next certified PGM. I want to say here on a recorded video, my success record for PGMP from June 2023 till now, when we actually started doing it, is 100%. 2022, June 2022 till now is 100%. Not even a single student failed in PGMP. The reason is the system that we talked about we have built. We take your hand from the beginning, help you in your application. Nobody does that. Let me make it very clear. You can attend $5,000 training for PgMP. Nobody help you in application. Mr. Sami will help you in writing the application. He will review it. Then I will review it. Then the third party will do it. Then once your application is submitted, approved, we will coach you, train you till you become PgMP. And once you do, just like Mudassar, we record your journey. Join us for the next batch program. The training fee is only $999. For the 1-to-1, 1,500. Looking forward for you to become the next PgMP. Thank you, Mr. Abdurrahim. Thank you, Mudassar.
Thank you very
Amaya,
much.
Nasir, Jai Prakash. I wish you best of
Thank
luck
you.
to everybody.
Thank you very much.
Only one question, Samutha sir. If there is any calculation type question you are asking, calculation type CBI, SBI, or PVEV like that.
No, only there are some calculation questions, but there are only one or two, and they're very basic. If you solve the question that Sir Sami has provided, just you'll be able to sail through. They are not many, and the concept is very simple. ROI or the other concept. Not very advanced. Yeah.
Anything else? Yeah.
Amaya or Nasir, any question?
Just one query, like just one question. Which of the final walk mock was the most toughest one?
Was the most toughest one. Okay. To me, the
Yeah.
green mocks were the really tough ones. But listen, don't feel that if you're not doing well in any one mock, don't stop. Keep on doing them and keep on redoing them. Remember, the final exam might not have all the questions coming from the mock, but these mocks will help you prepare. These mocks will help you prepare for the mindset. When you're sitting in exam, the mocks you will remember because you would have prepared. When you're solving a question, if you think about why the questioner is asking and what exactly is he asking, you will be able to solve them very fast. And as Sir Sami said, as you solve the mocks and as you reattempt them, you will get more clear. The clarity will come to you. And even if still you have some doubts, please feel free to ask him. He will explain the question and the concept in detail. And this will help you in the final exam. To me, the green mocks were very tough in the start, but when I attempted that the second time, I could understand, I could relate them to the eco and understand, oh, this is why this is the answer is this, because the eco says this. And this helped me in my final. I hope that clarifies.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you
And
so
we will
much.
say that we are in the mocks, Mr. Amir, we are doing almost 2,000 questions. So as Mr.
Yes.
Mudassar said, practice makes perfect. So once you are doing so many questions, then in the real exam, you don't feel like doing a new question. That is the key crux. But
Yes.
practice and doing the questions is the key word.
That is the key
Yeah.
word. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much
everyone.
for all and have a good day, Mudassar. Wish you good luck in
Thank
your
you.
future. Thank you.
Thank you
Bye.
very much.
Bye.
Thank you.